I spend hours on crypto Twitter, so you don't have to. Here's what's happening. This one's pretty fun. It's also kind of a lot. Bear with me. Digital Asset Treasury, or as they're called in the industry, DATs. Somehow I don't think I've talked about these yet. Can somebody fact check me? I was talking to no one. Anyway, crypto Twitter is talking about a company that just sold everything in its DAT and in its place bought entirely Zcash or ZEC. Zcash is a blockchain network that's focused on privacy. I'll go into detail on Zcash another day, but the point is that in 2025, people have been talking about Zcash a lot. They've also been talking about this whole theme of privacy in blockchain. DATs are a way for totally normal companies that trade publicly, for example, on NASDAQ or NYSE, to own a bunch of crypto. The concept is that the company has some cash or extra money sitting aside. One thing they could do with this is just put it in a bank. Another thing they can do is invest that money or hold it in something other than cash. Digital assets or things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana are one of those options. A bunch of companies have done this. Some companies actually only do this. In 2025, there's been this whole trend where people will take existing publicly traded companies, the sort of stock ticker that you might know, and turn those companies into vehicles that just hold crypto. This is kind of the purest form of a DAT. But in some cases, a DAT can just be one of the things a company does or holds. Historically, most DATs have held only Bitcoin or at least a lot of Bitcoin. More recently, there have been a few companies that have focused entirely on one other asset. So for example, Solana or Ethereum. But now we have a company, Reliance Global Inc. or RELI on NASDAQ, that is focusing its entire DAT on Zcash. Again, this really caught crypto Twitter's attention. I think this was a lot for one video, so I plan to come back and talk a bit more about Zcash, a bit more about privacy and blockchain, and of course, a bit more about DATs. Definitely things to keep an eye on.